All right, YouTube. Welcome to the want to call it the dribble chop up. As y'all can see, the new season is out, and the new moves that they added, they're no better than the ones that are already out. So I have to put you guys on to something though. They finally added the old spin, the old Pro Force spin with the fast spin and the old school spin. If I'm not mistaken, it's the Penny Hardaway. So, of course, basic normal had this in it, and also normal had this in it, and also Leonard had it in it. Kawhi Leonard had it in it, but they didn't have the fast spin incorporated into it. What I mean by fast spin, uh, basically the they split it. They split the fast spin that was originally in the Pro 4 package and put it on Kevin Durant. So now this has there it is, that fast spin. They put it in Kevin Durant and they actually speeded it up in Kevin Durant. But if you notice on Kevin Durant, he's out of control. He stumble. It's a stumble animation in the Kevin Durant fast spin. So a lot of people don't use it. But that spin right there is is the fast momentum spin that we all used to. Then we have the regular spin. My bad. I have to change Zach Levine. Zach Levine is very nice. You can speed boost out of Zach Levine on everything. All right, you can go between the legs, speed boost. You can go between the legs, speed boost, and it allows you to speed boost either direction. Only thing is, if you go the opposite direction, you're gonna get the momentum crossover. You're gonna get a momentum left stick crossover. I don't want you to be confused. There's all types of crossovers. This is the momentum left stick crossover. Momentum left is you get a momentum, but it's a left stick crossover because the momentum crossover would be between the leg. It would be between the legs, and that's the momentum crossover. Now the reason why my crossover is so fast because Curry, they still haven't changed it. Curry doesn't has the fastest crossover, but he has the fastest momentum crossover, which I don't understand. And Curry crossover with B Davis size up allows you. So now this is the Zach Levine momentum between the legs. All you gotta do is flick between the legs, hit turbo, run. Flick between leg, turbo, run. Flick between leg, turbo, run. And you get a momentum run. You don't. You get a momentum run. All you gotta do is flick and run. Now, same thing with Zach Levine. You can go behind the back, momentum run. Behind the back, momentum run. Behind the back, momentum run. If you notice, his between the leg has a momentum and his behind the back. So if you go between the leg, behind the back, you can chain them together and continuously get the momentum run. Now, the only thing, LaMelo Ball is the only one that has a momentum run out of every move. The cross, the behind the backs, and the crossover. Now, if you look at Zach Levine, if you cross over and then if you just flick up and then try to run, it doesn't momentum all the time. And you get a slight delay before you can run. If you can see, you get a slight delay before you can. You get the speed boost, but it's a pause. And nobody wants a pause in their animation. They want to be able to flick and go. So Zach Levine has a bunch of flick and goes. You got the back behind the back flick and go. You have the between the legs flick and go, which is the momentum run. So you got the behind the back momentum run. And you got the between the leg momentum runs. But when you crossover to a momentum run, he has a slight pause in his animation. He has a slight pause before he bursts out. That's the reason why I use Zach Levine secondarily. There's no other size ups in there's no other size up in the animation store that doesn't have some kind of hiccup or some kind of pause before you can go out of the regular dribble moves. So, like I said, all of them got some type of pause in it. The only one that I found that has no pause or no breaks in it is B Davis. On size up, you got that even has a pause on it. His fronts in between the legs are great, but his behind the backs has a pause. You see that little, he grabs upward, the ball goes high after it hits the second hand. That pause right there will break the fluidity. But if you look at LaMelo Ball, it's continuous flow. Continuous flow. He may have one hitch, and that was, if you just seen when he did that walk back, that's the only hitch he has, but you barely get that far in the animation to even get that hitch. But if you notice, it's continuous flow, no breaks. Here come the hitch right there. That was the only hitch in it. LaMelo Ball has one hitch. Brooks has 3 hitches. So when you come to size ups, you don't want anything with a hitch in it. You want to be able to flick and go. And I'm going to equip LaMelo Ball, which is for anything over 6'7", 6'5". Y'all sleeping on LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball has no hitch. These are my SIGs. Fundamental, because fundamental, it makes the snatch back easier to do. The snatch back that everybody is doing, which is a simple flick up and down. If you change your dribble style, sometimes if you put it on quick, it's too fast to trigger the snatch back. So you have to go somewhere where it's a medium. That way the moves can trigger. Because if you put on certain dribble styles, the animation is so quick that it doesn't give certain moves time to trigger. So the trick to that is to find a perfect medium. And a perfect medium right now is fundamental. It allows you to trigger, if you were trying to trigger the snatchback, you would trigger it every time. Whereas in quick, the animation can override the animation you trigger. Because quick is quick. Like, you don't want the dribble style to overpower your left stick movement, or you don't want your dribble style to overpower your other inputs. Quick dribble style overpowers a lot of inputs because it's so much built into the quick animation as far as turns and escape. Okay, Penny Hardaway. Let me explain this. Basic, everybody use basic. Everybody know the basic spin back. I never did get into that. I'm old school, so I came up with Steezo with the Pro 4 spin back. Okay, normal has the Pro 4 spin back. There's the Pro 4 spin back. But you see that spin? They took the fast spin out of normal. They put this, if anybody knows anything about spin, there's 3 spins. You have your counter spin, you have your momentum spin, and then you have your regular change of direction spin. That's the momentum spin. That momentum spin is slow. That's the change of direction spin, and that's the momentum spin. Every spin package has 3 types of spin in it. Okay, if you look at the Kevin Durant, that's the momentum spin. That's the change of direction spin. No, that's the momentum spin. So his momentum spin is the very fast one. That's the momentum spin. That's the change of direction spin. And then you have your counter spins and stuff. So that's what I was telling you about. They took the momentum spin and separated it from the Pro 4 package, and they added a little stumble to Kevin Durant's momentum spin. If you notice, when he does the fast momentum spin, he stumbles. That's a hiccup in the animation. Now, right here, this was the original spin that was incorporated with Pro 4. It has the change of direction, the momentum spin, change of direction, and then the counter spin. You look at LeBron James, that's his momentum spin. It's slow as hell. His change of direction, his momentum spin is slow. His change of direction spin is alright, and then his counter spin is decent. But Penny Hardaway, it has the momentum spin, change of direction spin, and the counter spin. And all these spins are, Penny Hardaway is the best spins you can get out of a package. They had separated Pro 4 between Kevin Durant, normal, and Kawhi Leonard. They actually separated all three spins and put them in different packages. So if you look at Kawhi Leonard, he has the old Pro 4 spin, momentum spin, and then he has the counter spin, which is that standstill. That will get you messed up. That will get you messed up if you get bumped. If you don't get bumped, it's an ankle break every time. And his momentum spin is okay. His counter spin is decent. His change of direction spin. When I say change of direction from counter spin, the change of direction is slow. It's just a simple change of direction. You're just changing the direction you're moving. So right now, the best spin, Karl Anthony Towns actually had a good change of direction spin. Counter spin. But his momentum spin was suspect, and his change of direction spin puts you running back to the three. Some people like that run back to the three. So this is the new spin. They knew, people who know animation knew they messed up the spins. It was so bad that people didn't even incorporate spins. The only spin they was incorporating was the basic spin. But for years, we always used spins, and there was no usable spins. So they added Penny Hardaway. Like, the dev team added Penny Hardaway because they knew they messed up the spins. Penny Hardaway is the best spin right now. Hesitation. They didn't add any more hesitations. John Wall, and Kevin Durant all have the old school hop hesitation. You can trigger the old school hop side to side hesitation. Every other hesitation got this little step back, crossfoot step back. I really don't like the crossfoot step back animation. If you look, even there, I'll show you what the crossfoot step back is. Because that's the sad thing. They incorporated in all the hesitation, which is horrible. There it is. That crossfoot hesitation. That crossfoot hesitation is horrible. A lot of people like it. It's smooth. It keeps you looking ahead. Even James Harden has a crossfoot hesitation in it. It doesn't show it in animation, but if you use it long enough, you'll end up triggering it. Larry Bird, same thing. Crossfoot hesitation. That crossfoot hesitation breaks the momentum and slows down. It gets a good speed boost out of it, but it slows your player down. Kevin Durant, KD, has no cross. Only reason why I choose John Wall over KD because one of the hesitations that he does actually slow you down. It's the one when he opens his hand and step back. That one. The one where he opens his hands and moves backward, it slows you down. John Wall doesn't have any of those hitches. Rondo has the crossfoot hesitation in it, which I don't like. But he has the fastest flick hesitation. Like, you can literally flick and take off, flick and move on any of his hesitation size up. Curry crossover. The fastest crossover is LeBron James. The second fastest is Michael Jordan. But Curry is decent. It's like in the middle of fast and slow. It's the mid speed. The fastest crossover is definitely LeBron James. He has the fastest crossover. That's that old Pro 2 crossover. Then you got Michael Jordan, which is a combination of a lot of pro moves that they have. Michael Jordan is actually nice. The crossover is fast, the speed is fast. It's it's if you don't like Curry, but the momentum, because that crossover is so fast, it takes over the momentum, and that's the reason why Curry triggers so much on the momentum, because his crossover has a small delay in it, so the momentum will trigger first. James crossover has no delay in it, so it will hit his crossover will activate before you can get to the momentum. So that's why LeBron James can be dangerous sometimes, because let's say you're going for the momentum cross instead of his regular cross. The regular cross will always overpower the momentum unless you momentum in a backward state. Same thing with Jordan. Curry, you can either trigger his regular cross or the momentum cross, and most people like to trigger the momentum cross over his regular cross. That's where you get the fast momentums from, and that's the reason why, because Curry has a delay in his regular cross, which gives you which allows the momentum to trigger. Then we got on hesitation and step backs. The fastest step back on here is, of course, Jimmy Butler. That's that old school. That's the fastest speed boost out of it. And we got the 2K17 step back with Allen Iverson, which they slowed down so much, people just took it off. It's basically the reset. It's the reset step back. And the reset takes too long. You have to wait till the reset plays out. You can't cancel the reset. Back in 17, you was able to cancel the reset. You can't cancel the reset. So if you ever go on the reset, you have to finish it out. You have to do the 2 dribbles before you can do anything. I don't like any animation to the point where when you trigger it, you have to wait till it plays out. I like all animations that can be canceled. Chris Paul, another fast one, but he has some animations that must play out, and you can't break it. Kimball Walker, Jason Tatum actually has no hitches in it. It's just they're slow. John Wall and Kawhi Leonard are 2 of the ones that don't have hitches in them. And if dribblers know what I mean by hitches. Right now, Trae Young, the biggest crab dribble, which nobody really talks about. Like, nobody talks about it because nobody really studies the move. I've been around for years, so I know these moves. Nobody talks about it, but Zach LaVine has the farthest crab dribble, fastest and furthest crab dribble out of all the crabs. But nobody uses it. Trae Young, only reason why I keep Trae Young, the crab dribble is decent, but his behind the back is very explosive, and his behind the back will actually trigger a quick stop. Let me equip Zach LaVine. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about when it comes to the crab dribble. When it comes to the crab dribble, everybody knows that Trae Young, certain ones, like even if you look at Luka Doncic, nobody likes Luka Doncic's crab dribble because it doesn't move very much from his position. But if you look at Zach LaVine, look how far. If I'm in the middle, I can almost crab dribble to the wing. You see that? Now, if I double tap it, I will be at the wing. This is the only crab dribble that you can double tap and end up at the wing on 2. It's the only one that you can double tap and end up exactly at the wing from the middle. Only one. No other crab move would get you from the middle to the wing. That's because Zach LaVine has a cross step in his second crab dribble. And that second cross step gives you space. But his behind the back crab dribble is slow. I mean, if you speed it up, it depends on what you like. Like, I'm so used to Trey Young, I might just equip Zach Levine because his crab dribbling is crazy. I just never got into the crabbing. But I'm gonna tell you, people who crab, they don't know about this because they never took time to test other crab dribbles. Zach Levine has one of the fastest and longest crab steps out of them all. It's basically the cross step from the hesitation. His his crab dribble is the only one that incorporates the cross step. No other hesitation on here. No other escape package incorporates the cross step in it. But everybody uses Trey Young because of the behind the back. It looks better. It looks smoother. But like I said, you can't momentum out of everything in Trey Young's package. Uh, until I test that, I'm gonna stick with Trey Young. Trey Young has been the number one crab dribble, which it shouldn't be. It should be Zach Levine. Zach Levine get the most space out of any crab dribble. But I understand a lot of crabbing, you don't want to move too far. You want to move just enough to put people behind you. So, like I said, I'm not going to speak on the crab dribble. I never did get into the crab dribbling era. Crab dribbling actually started in, it wasn't 19. It was 20 that crab dribbling really, really took off. Everybody was doing it by 20. 19, it was there, but it wasn't something. You can go back and look at videos of Le Monster and, oh boy, that be doing all that cussing. They've been doing crab dribbling forever, but it really didn't take off until 2K20. 20 and 21, that's when the crab dribble really, really became a thing. So these are my 6. And I explained to you why all of these moves. Now, normal triple threat, they just added a new triple threat. I'm going to go research what that triple threat does. They just put the pro triple threat in. I don't know why they put this triple threat in, but the triple threats was broken. So that's the new triple threat. The reason why I use normal 6, because when he catches the ball, he doesn't have a bend down animation. A lot of shooters know that your triple threat determines how you shoot the ball. If you catch the ball in the corner, don't you ever had the animation where they bend down and then you go to shoot and it gives you this glitchy shot because he's coming from the bend down? Okay, let's see. See how he bends down? Now when you go to shoot, he has to come back up. Same thing. They're bent down. They're all bent down. This one you can catch it when he's at the top or when he's bent down. You got the option. But this one, he never bends down, so he can automatically go into his shot. Tricks and trades that you guys might not know about. So I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate my 6 and tell you why they're the best dribble moves for a 6'7". These dribble moves have no hitches in them. This combination of dribble move have no hitches. You got continuous dribble. You have continuous dribble. As long as you don't get to the 15th dribble on his left or right, he has no hitches. This is LaMelo Ball. Now see, it took like 15 dribbles before you got to a hitch. Other than that, no hitches. There's one hitch, and that hitch is when he steps back. Other than that, is no hitch. It's just continuous dribble. It's not the fastest, but it's continuous. And that's one thing. Everybody looking for the fastest. Sometimes the fastest will not allow you to trigger certain dribble moves, such as this snatch back. which is a flick up and down. And remember I told you fundamental allows you to trigger snatch back continuously? The reason why quick doesn't allow you to do that continuously is because quick is so fast, it triggers the before the inputs. The movements on quick triggers before the inputs. And you don't want any size up that's going to trigger before the inputs. Now you're battling with whatever 2K decides to give you. Whether they're going to give you the quick animation or they're going to give you the snatch back animation. Most time people are trying to trigger the snatch back, but quick has an animation that automatically puts you in the speed boost sometimes. And the speed boost will trigger before the snatch back. Because fundamental has a mid delay, you're able to trigger the speed boost or the snatch back. So again, this is John Wall. I don't know if y'all remember this. I don't know if y'all remember the hop step. The hop step. Boom. It used to be side to side. You used to be able to trigger it all the time. Just side to people used to do that a whole lot. Just side to side. For some reason I'm having I hope they didn't change the animation. Because now I'm getting the quick stop more than I'm getting the hop step. Yeah, it seems like they changed it. I might have to go to there it is. There it is. There it is. We used to just side to side like crazy on 2K. I have to figure out what's causing me to get a hitch in my hesitations. It seemed like let me change something up because you got to be careful. In these updates, they change animations, and people who know animations can tell when they change it. Like right now, the step back, the John Wall step back now triggers the quick stop more than anything. So I have to go to Kawhi Leonard because if I'm not mistaken, that's what's causing the break in the step backs. It's either the hesitation or the step back that's causing the break in the hesitation side to side. Let's see. No. Okay. Oh, I see what they did. You have to let off turbo now. You can't do it with turbo no more. You have to let off turbo to get the hop step, the step back. Other than that, it triggers a see, that is too slow. It's too slow. It's too slow. So I'm gonna have to go back to the John Walls and let off turbo when doing it. So at this time, I'm gonna tell you the truth. John Walls. Only reason why I kept John Wall because I was able to hesitate, do the hesitation hop back continuously with no break. It was very fluid. But at this time, the quick stop is triggering a lot more. And I thought it was due to my controller being broken or something like that, but I think they changed the animation. So the best thing to beat that is to put on Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant has the continuous hop back in it. hesitation hop back. So you got this hesitation hop backs. Wow, they added a quick stop in it. No, they added a quick stop in all the hesis. If you're holding turbo now, you quick stop. I don't like that change. See, okay. You have to go diagonal up. You can still hold turbo. You just gotta go diagonal up. Now the thing I hate about, because it slows you down. See, Kevin Durant slows you down. You can do continuous hop step hesitations, because that's exactly what it is. It's a hop step back hesitation. You call it step back hesitation or hop back hesitation, because he's hopping back and he's hezzy. So you have to flick in a diagonal upward motion ball hand. This used to be the biggest thing on 16, 17. Like, this is what everybody did just to size up or figure out what they were going to do in their head to their player. This used to buy you some time and get the defense shifting. But like I said, KD, his hop back hesitation is kind of slow. It slows the speed at which you move. Now, if you're a person that like a change of speed, then that's good for you. Some people used to use the change of speed rhythm dribble. It used to slow real down and then it'll just burst out. That's kind of what KD's hop back hesitation does. But me, I don't want anything to break the speed. So I'm going to stay with John Wall. Don't want anything to, the thing, they did something to the hop back hesitations. They starting to trigger quick stop if you go diagonal down. Earlier, whenever you go diagonal down, you was able to trigger the hop step hesitation. But now, if you go diagonal down, it triggers a quick stop. But that's the way quick stops used to be triggered anyway. But I guess they fixed something that they had broken. People who knows how to quick stop know you just flick diagonal down and it used to give you the quick stop. No, see now I got it on and I'm going diagonal down and I got the hop back hesitation. I don't understand it. I'm going diagonal down and I got the hop back hesitation. What happened if I go diagonal up now? What happened if I go diagonal up? So if I go diagonal up now, let's see if I can still trigger the hop back hesitation. See, that's different. Now I'm going diagonal up and I know I'm triggering the right thing. It doesn't even respond. It doesn't even respond. The only way I can get the hop back on this one is to go diagonal down. And that used to be the quick stop. That used to be the quick stop. So they're messing up the hesitation. They're messing up the hesitation inputs. Like right there, I did the move and it triggered nothing. He literally just moved. He just, yep, I'm gonna have to take that off. It's not even responding. So John Wall's hesitation has been altered in some kind of way. I don't know if they purposely did it or they added some moves in and they have the same inputs or animations inside of them and they tweak one animation, it tweaks all of them. Because you know, a lot of these moves, you can find some of the animations in other dribbles. And if they mess with one, then they mess with them all. So I'm seeing right now, John Walls is not even responding to the diagonal up. John Wall doesn't even respond to diagonal up. I know my control not broken, so because I just did KD back and forth over and over. John Wall does not respond. Trying to think of somebody who else who got a continuous hesitation without the crossback hesitation. The crossback hesitation ain't nothing wrong with it. To each your own. But right now, KD is the only one that you could do a continuous hop back hezzy or step back hezzy. Hop back hezzy, step back hezzy, whatever you want to call it. You know, over the years, I've seen people try to label the dribble moves in their tutorial. And they basically went off of Steezel or somebody who basically gave a lot of these moves names. Like the whoop-de-whoop-whoopsin, the whoop-de-whoop-whoopsin, which was not the whoop-de-whoop-whoopsin, it was the nutmeg. The whoop-de-whoop-whoopsin is that little whip movement that everybody do. But nobody does the whip move, the in and out no more because it doesn't do anything for your character. So now if you do the hezzy hop back, you can go diagonal the other way and you go diagonal the other way and it'll give you a momentum behind the back. Whenever you see him do that, whenever you see him open up, you can just flick diagonal. You can just flick diagonal down towards the opposite ball hand. And he'll do the momentum behind the momentum behind the back. This used to be the old momentum behind the back. Now this just the momentum behind the back is simply momentum behind the back. That's exactly what it is. Instead of giving these things names, call it what it is. It's a momentum behind the back. So you got the momentum behind the back. And then you have that one, which is the momentum behind the back. So you got the momentum behind the back, then you got the momentum behind the back. This is just behind the back. I don't know why everybody used to call that momentum behind the back, because this is just the behind the back. That's just behind the back. Diagonal down. Run. You don't. No turbo needed. That's just diagonal down. That's why when you go momentum, you gotta take off turbo behind the back. So it's momentum behind the back. Then you have the momentum behind the back. Momentum behind the back. Now that one right there, that moves the momentum behind the back really don't get more space than the momentum behind the back. So putting two momentums together it looks good, but it doesn't create space. The one that creates space is the momentum behind the back. That's the one that creates space, is the momentum. The momentum behind the back Doesn't create a lot of space, but it will break your opponent. It will break your opponent. Now again, this is, I was talking about this earlier. Watch LaMelo Ball. Between the legs, speed boost. Between the legs, speed boost. Behind the back, 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 speed boost. He has a hitch in his ball, in his dominant hand, but that's due to quick chain. If you don't have quick chain high enough, sometimes it acts differently. As long as you going behind the back or between the leg, behind the back, between the leg, behind the back, he instantly goes into a run. His between the legs has a small delay in it sometimes. It depends on your stem them in the direction at which you point your stick. Because if you point diagonally, there is no delay. He's just between the leg, and then he immediately speed boosts out. But if you go up, he'll have a slight delay. If you go between the leg and then go directly up, he'll have a slight delay. Now you remember I said cross. See, his crossover doesn't have a delay. But of course, Zach LaVine has a delay. You can just flick up and go with Zach LaVine, with LaMelo Ball. Flick up and you can just go. So I was trying to flick up and trigger the speed boost, but I ended up doing momenums because Curry was overriding the flick up and go. Now you know how dangerous that is for you to be still, flick up, and then you just take off and go on a person. Flick up, and then you just automatically goes from 0 to 100. I'm all about going 0 to 100 real quick. Now, I know you saw that dribble. That dribble right there is the let off turbo and do the nutmeg. Stand still nutmeg. If you know how to do the nutmeg, that's how you get his little animation. LaMelo Ball's animation. LaMelo Ball has a animation equipped. If you flick left right, he'll go into a walk back. You see that? If you just flick left and right, you flick it left and right, after about the 4th time you get a walk back. That's where you can pull it. It's like rocking your player to sleep. It's like rocking your player to sleep. You can just flick. If they don't come out, as soon as you get the walk back animation, pull the shot. This would be deadly on my play shot. But for some reason, they walk out on the play shot. For a power forward, they don't trust the power forward shot. So as soon as I trigger the walk back, pull the shot. They don't trust the power forward shot. That's the advantage of having a low 3 ball. They don't trust your shot, so they will give you the shot. Now try hard, they don't give up nothing. They gonna guard you whether you got a shot or not. They gonna guard you whether you got a shot or not. But normal people that really don't play and don't sweat the game, they look at your bill. Oh, he got a 73 ball. Let him take the shot. Low 3 ball, they'll give you the shot. They'll give you the shot every time. Every time they'll give you the shot. I don't have a hot spot right there. It's nothing. With a low 3 ball, you better get your hot spots. Because other than that, you'll be shooting 50. And right now, I'm shooting less than 50. I'm not sure what it is. It seems like my shot slowed down. Because with this shot right here, all I have to do is wait till it goes over until the ball stops. moving, and then it projects it forward. All I gotta do is wait till the ball start moving backwards, and then if I let it go before it start moving backwards, I get a slightly early. If I let it loose too fast, if I let it loose late, I get a slightly late. So it's basically as soon as I might have to go change the mix because it seems like it's slower all of a sudden. The shot is Dante Exum, Larry Bird, KD. Larry Bird is very slow. So if I want to speed this shot up a little bit more, I put more on KD. If I want to slow it down, I put more on Larry Bird. So I've been wanting to do that for a while. Been wanting to do that for a while. Been wanting to speed this shot up. So here's something you didn't know. All the 2K YouTubers and stuff who make shots. You ever saw these YouTube videos where they say, oh, I got the best shot? You can actually green your shot out. You can green your shot out with muscle memory. They don't never explain the upper release and the lower release properly. They always say the lower release and the upper release has something to do with the way the shot looks. No, the upper release and the lower release determines the speed at which you release the shot and where you release it from. So they both together, they determine the speed of the shot, and the middle one determines where you release it from. So you can green out any shot. Let's say you're getting slightly earlies. Okay. Larry Bird is slower than KD. So if I need to speed up a shot, put more on KD. If I'm getting slightly late, I need to speed it up, so I put more on KD. If I'm getting slightly early, if I need to slow it down, so I put more on Larry Bird. And you keep changing the percentage until you green the shot out. That's how you green out a shot. There's certain things in latency. Behind the animation, there's a way to green out all shots. You can green out the ugliest shot in the world. It's according to your muscle memory, your delay, your muscle memory, and your latency. So you can green out any shot. You just got to determine what's your muscle memory and your latency. Your latency is not going to change very much unless you got bad internet and there's a lot of people in the house on the internet. Then your latency will change. And if you shoot from muscle memory, the latency will mess up your muscle memory. So the only thing, the constant in your shot is your muscle memory. So what you have to adjust is the latency to your muscle memory. The most people who shoot pretty decent, they got muscle memory. And when it comes down to muscle memory, the only thing that will throw your shot off is latency. Muscle memory is the constant in your shot. Now, if you mess with your muscle memory and you put on a 1 second shot and your muscle memory is a 2 second shot, you're gonna be missing a lot of shots, and you're gonna be depending on 2K to green your shot. Because your muscle memory is 2 seconds, but you don't put on base 3, base set shot 25, which is a second shot, but your muscle memory is 2 seconds. You're a 2 second shooter compared to a 1 second shooter. There's a lot of 1 second shooters whose muscle memory is 1 second shooters. They're 1 second. You ever see a person who shoots a very fast shot, you put on a 2 second shot, they'll be, oh, that shot too slow. That's because their muscle memory is built for 1 second. I've been playing 2K forever, and my muscle memory has always been 2 seconds. So I can't put on the fastest jump shot because this is 1 second muscle memory. It would take months, sometimes years, to develop a 1 second muscle memory. If your muscle memory is built for 2 seconds, don't follow the wave and try to put these 1 second shots on. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. I tried to get to the wave, but my muscle memory is built for 2 seconds. Some people are a 1 second shooter. The way I label mine is the base and the initials. So you got 77, D Gallinari, Clay Thompson. That's a YouTuber, BDG. I set shot 7, Allen, uh, Andre Iguodala, and Zach Randolph. Then I got D Gallinari, Tony Parker, Ray Allen. So this is the best way to label your shot so you know what you're dealing with. Right here, Dante Exum. I want to say Larry Bird because I don't use Lonzo Ball. So it's Larry Bird 102. It's not set shot 102 because I would have put set 102. Just the way I put set 103, Tony Parker. So this is the labeling system that you should go by. That way you always know what you got. And you know which shot is the quickest. Because Larry Bird is slower than MJ. MJ is a medium fast shot. KD is faster than Larry Bird. And then you got set shot 3, which is faster than Tony Parker. Tony Parker is actually faster than set shot 3. A lot of people don't know that. They say base 3 is the fastest on the game, but it's actually Tony Parker is pretty fast. I have to use Ray Allen to slow down Tony Parker, and Ray Allen is fast. So again, this is the shot that I'm having a problem with. Dante Exum, Larry Bird, KD. I was getting slightly late, so I have to speed the shot up. Edit jump shot, yes. See right here I have 30% on Larry Bird, but I'm going to take it to 80% on KD because I'm getting a lot of slightly late. And if you notice anything, it speeds the shot up. Not 10%, like 5%. It speeds the shot up about 5%. So if I take it down to Larry Bird, you see how the shot slowed down? You see how the shot slowed down? You can look at the animation and see that the shot slows down. So KD gives me more speed. I kept getting slightly late. So that means you have to speed the shot up to green it out. So right there, I speeded the shot up 10%. That should get rid of my slightly late. My muscle memory is set on slightly late. That's where my muscle memory is. I can't change the constant in my shot. Only thing I can change is the delay or the latency. The delay or the latency. To deal with the latency, you have to deal with the delay. And the shot speed is going to get either add a delay or speed up a delay. The animations will either add or so. I'm gonna re-equip my shot because once you change the shot, you got to go back and re-equip it, or it'll just give you the base. I don't know if they fixed that or not because a lot of times when you edit a jump shot, you got to go re-equip it. See what I'm saying? I got to go re-equip it because it'll either give me the first shot or it'll give me the base of the shot. Alright, we're back. Let's see if I got rid of the slightly late by adding more on KD, which is faster than Larry Bird. I thought it was my hot spots, but my muscle memory is slightly late. If I get another slightly late, I'm gonna have to put more on KD, but then that's excellent. I greened the shot out. Slightly late. Slightly late. Excellent. Slightly late. My muscle memory is set. There's nothing that's going to change with the muscle memory. Slightly late. Slightly late. That time I tried to speed it up. I tried to change my muscle memory and speed it up. See, I don't want to change my muscle memory. My muscle memory right now on this shot is set at slightly late. That means I'm hitting 2 out of 5 is going to be excellent. 2 out of 5 is going to be excellent. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Slightly early. See, I messed up. My muscle memory. I tried to shoot it. I tried to think about it. Ain't that something? Ball got fucking stuck. I still was getting a little slightly late. Let me try it again. Because I technically greened my shot out as close as I can with latency. Best thing, one thing I can tell you is adjust for your muscle memory. Do not adjust for the latency. Anybody who knows Larry Bird was one of the best latency shots on the game. Everybody watched Agent Zero, who always talked about latency. That's all he talked about was latency. Latency. Larry Bird handles latency so well. I don't know what's behind the design of Larry Bird, but Larry Bird was created a little different. Larry Bird was created a little different than all the other shots. Slightly earlier, I changed the muscle memory. I tried to look at the head cue. Yeah, when I look at the head cue, I'm slightly early. When I'm looking at the head cue, I'm slightly early. Okay, so let me look at the feet. Slightly early. My head cue is off. I have to go green out my head cue now. Now I'm not getting slightly late, I'm getting slightly early. I'm getting slightly, maybe it needed to calibrate. I'm getting slightly early now. That means I done speeded it up way too much. Slightly late, slightly early. I'm getting more slightly early than slightly late. If I have to think about it, if I can't just close my eyes and shoot it, right now I'm shooting with my eyes closed. I'm shooting with my eyes closed. I'm listening to the catch. If you cannot shoot the ball with your eyes closed, then I don't know what I was getting on those. Listen for the catch. Catch, 1, 2. Catch, 1, 2. I'm a 2-second shooter, so I'm doing this with my eye closed. Catch, 1, 2. Slightly late. Catch, 1, 2. Slightly late. Slightly. Catch, 1, 2. Catch, 1, 2. Ooh, very early. Very early. Catch, 1, 2. Catch, 1, 2. Catch, 1, 2. Slightly early. Catch, 1, 2. Excellent. Catch, green light. Syllables. Catch, green light. Syllables. People who are 1 second shot, they would say catch, green. 1 syllable. Catch, green. I'm a 2-second shooter, so it's catch, green light. Like, I let it go before I even finished. Like, catch, green light. Catch, green light. Catch, green light. And I can let it loose at the top of my jump. Catch, green light. Late. Catch, green light. Earlies. You know what? Now I'm getting a mix of earlies and late. One time I was just getting a lot of lates. Now I'm getting a mix of earlies and late. So you know what you gotta do? You gotta go back into the jump shot creator. I'm getting a mix of earlies and late. I was just getting lates. Now I'm getting a mix of earlies and late, and that's with my eyes closed. I'm getting a mix of earlies and late. So that means I went too far up on KD. Edit jump shot. Go to the animation blending, and I'm gonna put more on Larry Bird because it's I'm get, when I was at 37 when I was at 3070s I was getting slightly late. When I went up to 80%, I'm getting a mix. So to add the delay to the shot to equal to your muscle memory, you have to split the difference, which would be 25/75 for my muscle memory. Your muscle memory might not be the same as mine, so you have to calibrate your shot to your muscle memory. And it depends on your two shooters. Now, if Larry Bird and KV had the same speed at which they shot the ball, I wouldn't be able to mix it because it wouldn't change. KD is like a 555 millisecond. Larry Bird is like a 555 millisecond. KD is like a 320 millisecond shot. So KD is the faster shot. Larry Bird is the slower shot. Now, if you had two 330 millisecond shots, it would do nothing to the shot. It would not adjust the shot. The shot adjustment wouldn't occur because they're both at the same speed. But because Larry Bird is 444 seconds, I'm sorry, I don't know what 2K Labs got on the milliseconds of the shots anymore and the white windows and all that. But Larry Bird is a 444 second millisecond shot. KD is a 330 something second millisecond. It used to be a 222. But now I can mix them both. So at this moment, I have readjusted the shot. I took 5% off because now I'm getting a mix of earlies and late. You don't ever want a shot where you're getting a mix of earlies and late because then you can't really feel the shot. I'd rather have all earlies or I'd rather have all late. That way if I get two for $1, always early, slow it down. I can feel the difference in my shot. So this right here is for educational purpose. Nobody really explains the jump shot creator because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. All these YouTubers really don't know what they're talking about when it comes to why they have an upper, why they have a lower. They just say, oh, it's the way the shot looks. Yeah, to some extent it does change the way the shot looks. But the way the shot looks ain't going to determine whether you make a shot or not unless you are a person who shoot off of cue. You only worry about the way the shot looks if you shoot off cue. But if you shoot off of muscle memories and not cue, then you need to learn how to adjust the shot to your muscle memory. If you're not a person who shoot off cue. Okay, if I was a person who shot off cue, then I would put amateur 7 on. Because I know once it touched the front part of my face, it most likely would green. But I don't shoot off cues because the latency is such a big factor. The time you see the cue, the delay and latency between the servers is going to make your shot late or early. That's why it's not best to shoot off cues. It's better to shoot off muscle memory. It's best to shoot off muscle memory more than cues. Okay, you let the ball go when your feet touch. Depending on where you at in your server is going to determine whether you're going to miss or make a shot because you're shooting off a cue. I can't wait to see a cue on the TV. It's late. If I was on a monitor, the cue might be a lot more accurate. But if you're playing on TV, you cannot shoot off cue. About time your TV in the milliseconds react to the cue, you're late. You cannot shoot off cue. Again, if you do not have a monitor, you cannot shoot off cue. You can't shoot off cue. You must shoot off of muscle memory. If you don't have a monitor, muscle memory, adjusting the delay to your muscle memory is the way you're supposed to adjust your shot. You taking a YouTuber's you taking a YouTuber's shot who probably living in California with the best fucking internet and one of the and the zero latency 1 millisecond monitor. And then you're playing on a TV with the 5 millisecond you're playing on a TV with a 5 millisecond delay. And then you taking a YouTuber shot who has adjusted for a 1 millisecond monitor. Right there, you have messed up. I'm getting a wide variety of earlies and late now. I had to think about the shot. I don't like it. Slightly late, slightly late, slightly late. Excellent. All right, starting now. Out of 5. Early. Early, early, early. Late. Excellent. Early, late, excellent. Early. Early. That's what it is. Isn't off my muscle memory is early. I took too much off. So I can't go fully back to 80. 80 was damn near greening the shot out. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. I could have probably kept it at 80. But as you can see, as soon as I took the milliseconds down on the shot, as soon as I took the percentage down on the shot, I started getting earlies, and I had been getting lates all the time. So 80 was almost perfectly green. 80 on KD was almost perfectly green. I just kept getting a mix. I kept getting a mix. So at this time, it's early. That means I done spent it's earlies. It's earlies. I'm getting a lot of earlies. So it means put more on Larry Bird to slow it down. Put more on Larry Bird to slow it down. I kept getting earlies. Let me see if the latency changed on the shot. If maybe I should have waited the wait, because sometimes I remember I said it. You gotta wait till the shot kind of calibrates. Sometimes you gotta go into the ball machine and then come back out. Or if I didn't wait till the ball to spin, it's got the same shot as last time. I'm gonna go there, and I'm gonna save it. This is almost as close to zenning as you can get, because it's going off your muscle memory and you're adjusting the shot by the milliseconds. Now, go re-equip it. I'm gonna tell you YouTubers you can tell which YouTubers know how to adjust shots, because you'll see some weird percentage like 73, 52%. Everybody always go even. But if you ever see a YouTuber with a shot like 73%, 27% type shots, that means that YouTuber knows how to adjust his shot latency. Only person I knew that used to adjust shot latency like that was Agent Zero. Everybody else goes 60-40, 20-80. They always go these even numbers that make sense in their head. But the upper and the lower release don't have to make sense. Don't have to be evened out for it to. It's according to your latency, man. Again, I tell you, it's according to your latency and your muscle memory. If you don't have muscle memory for a shot, then only thing you can do is adjust for latency. But I have muscle memory. I always 1-2. My shot, I always shoot 2 seconds. 1-2. I like a shot where I can shoot 2 seconds. 1, 2, green light, green light. Y'all just watch me adjust the shot to perfect greens. You just watch me adjust the shot to perfect greens right here before your face. You just sit here and watch me adjust the shot to perfect greens before your face. I just shot all greens. Bro, do you realize I just shot more greens than I've been shooting all game? This is stuff that YouTubers don't know about and don't show you. I've been playing 2K since it was on Sega Dreamcast. That's all for today, man. Like and subscribe. You know, I don't stream much because, bro, it takes years to get a following unless you do something viral. And this should go viral. I just taught people how to adjust their shots to perfect green. You can green out every shot. I don't care what. You can pick 3 shots that nobody ever touched on 2K and you can green that shot out according to your muscle memory and your latency. It has nothing to do with cues. If the only time it has something to do with cues, shot cues, is if you're dealing with the milliseconds of your monitor or and the input lag of your control. That's when it comes down to cue. You can cue it if you got a great monitor with great input lag and you got a controller, a good decent controller that has no input delay or anything like that. You can use cue. You can use cues to trigger your shot. But if you don't have a computer monitor, if you don't have a computer monitor and you dealing with these off-brand controllers that have all kinds of latency problems, you can't shoot off of a cue. That's why you gotta learn the art of latency adjustments. Again, man, like and subscribe. Hit that like button. I'm finna head to the park. I don't have many people who watch me, but I'm gonna tell you this: you just got schooled by an old head that know what the hell he's talking about. But a lot of people think I know it all or whatever. No, man. Animations are animations. A game is a game. Zeros and ones. And the thing about gaming, you got to understand how to fix something. So appreciate it. Love, like and subscribe, bro. I got nobody watching. I'm the only one watching my own stream. But it takes years to become a top tier YouTuber. I don't have that type of time to grind.